Division 7, Derek Van Dam.
Here.
Division 6, vacant. Division 5, Robert Paris. Division 4.
Present, but, hello?
Hi, Rob.
I am present, but I'm no longer at the address listed, so I will just listen in and will not participate.
Okay, thank you.
This means we don't need roll call.
Division 4, Justin Lane.
Here.
Division 3, Frank Donato.
Here.
Division 2, Keith Dias.
Here.
Division 1, Shelley Sourcewell.
Here. Thank you, Madam President. Item number 4, adoption of agenda.
I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Item 5, public comments. This would be the time that anybody from the public would like to address the board. Item number 6, new business. We have no new business.
Yes, continue.
Yes, we do. That's,
Oh, okay, that's what we're calling. Okay, thank you. So, item 7. Director Donato.
Okay, so I was chairing the committee for the vacancy, and we went through a organized process, and I want to have Matt give you the summary how the process was done, step by step, so you know that everything went well.
all right, thank you, Director Donato. So, we'll just give a chronological process of the events that we went through to get to the point where we are today. So as you know, on September 24th, Marlon Barnes resigned from his division, or his seat on Division 6 of the Avek'S board. Immediately following that, within a couple days, there was an ad hoc vacancy review committee formed by President Sourcewell, and that consisted of President Sourcewell, Directors Donato, and Director Dias. On October 8th, the board had one of their regular meetings, and there was a consensus of the board to go through the process and appoint a candidate if possible versus going through a special election process. So based on that consensus of the board on October 8th, immediately following that, there was a notice of vacancy posted at 3 conspicuous locations within the boundaries of Division 6. So the 3 locations were the Department of Motor Vehicles Office, the Antelope Valley Air Quality Management District, and LA County's Administrative Services Office. And that started the 15-day process. So that went through October 24th. And during that period, open noticing period, the agency received 2 letters of interest from 2 individuals that lived within Division 6, TJ Mills and Audrey Miller. Both of those candidates met with and were interviewed by the ad hoc vacancy review committee on October 24th. On October 29th, General Manager Chisholm contacted both of those candidates by both phone and email requesting their attendance tonight at his special meeting. Subsequent to that contact by Mr. Chisholm, he did receive an email from TJ Mills withdrawing his interest in Division 6. So therefore, we only have 1 interested individual for the vacancy. And that's where we are this evening, and Ms. Audrey Miller is in the audience this evening, and she's prepared to discuss the work.
In this position, because first of all, I'm living in District 6 right now. I've been living in District 6 for 3 years, over 3 years. It's a recovering community of people. Now, I live on 2nd Street East, and Lancaster Boulevard, a very interesting community, but we've seen it grow. I grew up in the Antelope Valley. I grew up in Palmdale. I graduated from Palmdale High School. I've been involved in Palmdale United Methodist Foundation, Women's Council of Realtors. I've been a realtor for several years, and in the title insurance industry for 25 years before working at Keller Williams Realty in Palmdale for 11 years now. And I guess I grew up with a family who really cared about the community. My grandparents came here after World War II and opened several businesses. My grandfather was also on the Board of Trade during the 60s and 70s when we brought in the aqueduct and the freeway, and always looking towards growth. So I've always been interested in the community, and I know, being a realtor especially, that water is very important to our community. I want to be a public service to our citizens and learn more about what you do here at the Antelope Valley East Kern Water Agency, and see what I can do to help the community as well.
Okay, great. Now, at this point, I'd like to invite the directors to pose any questions they may have of Mrs. Miller and see where we'd like to go from there. Anybody have any questions?
I have a question. Good evening, Ms. Miller. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your interest in Avek. What would you say appeals to you about serving on the Avek board?
Serving on the Avek board mainly for understanding how we can grow our community, have enough water for, I grew up with farmers in the area, and I love to see the farmers still in the area, and I like to see the growth residentially and with businesses. And if we don't have the water, we're not going to have a community. So I'm community oriented, and really it boils down to no water, no valley.
Good answer. Thank you. No more questions.
I have a question. What's your position at Keller Williams?
So I am on staff as what we call the Market Center Administrator, and then I also hold my real estate license as a realtor there.
So your primary job there is to do what?
Administration, the office, includes operations management for the building. We have also 4 branches that I help administer. Also run the staff, human resources. We have 10 staff members and 371 agents at this point in time. So I help manage the operations and the human resources.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. That's kind of what I wanted to bring out, because I had heard you say that when we had our interview, and I think that's very important. I think that's great actually to our board to have somebody with that kind of administrative management type experience to help guide us along on board.
And if I may,
Yes.
I forgot, the most important part is the financial management. We just closed our office, we close our books every month, and I handle all the financials to send. We're a franchise at Keller Williams Realty, and we have to send our financials to them at the end of each month. So I have to say something. We closed 235 units in the month of October.
Wow, that's outstanding.
With almost $2 million in production in the office. So it's a very busy office, and I'm fortunate to be one of the people that the agents get to come to and ask questions of, and I get to help train them.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
I have a question on your resume. We discussed this. Give us your outline of human resource. What do you do with human resource, and how many individuals are under your umbrella?
So the staff, there's 10 staff members. 3 of those are managers, so I don't really manage the managers. We work together. So the other staff, the 7 people, manage the payroll and their off hours. And they all work about the same hours, so it's not that difficult. It's the coordination and doing the payroll and whatnot for them. Any other questions you have?
Well, I mean, what I'm getting at, how many people are under the HR, Keller Williams, when it comes to human resources?
Well, we have 361 active agents as of the end of October, and I do all the 1099s for them. They are independent contractors, so the management is really under the broker and under the team leaders, and I assist with a lot of that.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, great. Thank you very much. Appreciate your presentation and answering our questions for us. Director Donato, would you like to share what the committee's recommendation is and possibly make a motion?
Yes. The committee was very impressed with Audrey Miller and her outline, but also her attitude. She had a very positive attitude, and she was always there to ask us questions. You know, she wants to grow and learn how to grow with the agency. She's a grassroots individual of the Antelope Valley, understands the Antelope Valley. Very diversified in her background, whether it's finances or human resource and dealing with employees and day-to-day people. I feel she's very rounded, and I think she would be a good person to fill the shoes of Division 6 for this agency. I would like to make a motion that we go ahead and appoint Ms. Audrey Miller to represent Division 6.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Welcome. We will be administrating the
Well, I
office.
think the plan was to have her sign the official oath and have the administration of the oath at the next general meeting. And
Okay.
people will know that that will be happening, it'll be on the agenda.
Excellent. Okay, thank you. Well, with no additional business, I'll adjourn the meeting. Thank you. Oh, I guess so. Yeah, can I
Make
have
a
a motion to
motion to
adjourn?
adjourn the meeting.